Tonight, a legal injunction puts the brakes on Whyala's nuclear waste facility, and the region's toughest trail run ready to hit the heights of Mount Remarkable. Hello, thanks for your company tonight as Avi Donaldson takes a short break. One of the region's hottest environmental issues is prompting many in the Coffin Bay community to prepare for a fight for its pristine shorelines. Locals of the small coastal town have attended the first public information session on oil drilling in the Great Australian Bight.
An overwhelming majority of Coffin Bay residents say no to oil in the Bight.
Nearly everybody who's here is here because they love this part of the world. It's the beautiful beaches, the fishing, the lifestyle, and to think that that's all threatened has got us all alarmed.
This has been a good meeting. This is the start down here. You're going to make it. You're going to stop. You can stop whoever turns up here to drill for oil in the Bight.
The community hopes it can garner the support of the local district council to take a stand against oil exploration and drilling.
Tonight was a strong indication of the people's feelings about this, as it was in Lincoln on Monday night. So, yeah, I think the district council will get the message.
But not everyone who presented or attended the meeting were in opposition.
From my perspective, as a state government MP and as part of government role in all of this, I have to have confidence and support the process as it is.
In the meeting here tonight, I've heard a lot of negativity about the drilling, but none of the previous history was brought up about the drilling that's already been done here, approximately 20 holes.
And Mr Hetzel was part of that history.
I was involved with with BHP Petroleum in '93, and yeah, we had no trouble then, and we had supported a lot of locals. Everybody be open about it and not too emotional. I think that's the biggest thing.
Casey Trelaw, Southern Cross News.
A man remains in hospital after being injured in a crane accident in Whyala today. Emergency services were called to the Max Cranes business on Mulconray Road at 9 a.m. MFS was on standby for a rescue operation. However, the operator was freed prior to their arrival. A 60-year-old man was taken to Whyala Hospital and is in a stable condition. In a statement, the company says it is working with SafeWork SA on the cause. Residents of Kimba, west of Whyala, will have to wait at least another week to vote on a nuclear waste facility. The traditional owners of the land, the Bangala people, have won an injunction to temporarily stop the vote.
On Monday, Kimba residents were set to vote on whether they'd host a nuclear waste depository near the town. It was to be the final say on an issue that's divided the small community. However, late last night the vote was delayed as the Bangala people won an injunction to halt it.
We will not be going out to the Kimba community, and I understand I don't think the votes will be going out in Hawker either.
The Supreme Court heard the vote was racially discriminatory. Eligibility was restricted to the council region. However, no traditional owners of the land live within Kimba. Mr Ramsey says it was confined to the council area, as that's a region that would be affected.
Because of where the facilities were that would run entirely within the council boundaries. So it was quite clear-cut and easy to do.
The matter will return to the full court on Thursday. Mr Ramsey says he hopes there's a resolution, as many are weary of the debate.
These communities have been through 3 years of this, basically, and are ready to move on and make a decision.
Both the Bangala Corporation and the Kimba Council did not comment before deadline. John Hunt, Southern Cross News.
In Port Pirie, a positive message from the traditional custodians of the land there, with more than 100 people attending the premiere of a film around the Nukunu's Welcome to Country. It was a great night. The locally made film, a way of recognising the strong spiritual connection Nukunu people have with the land.
The film was locally made and recognises the strong spiritual connection Nukunu people have with the land.
It's simple, it's very beautiful. It's the landscape around the Port Pirie area and specific places that were of special meaning to the elders that I was working with.
They hope the film will create greater awareness about the traditional Aboriginal owners of the land which surrounds Port Pirie.
People to be very proud of their Nukunu land.
About our culture, about our law, about our spirit. It's our connection with all that is around us.
It means quite a lot to me and my people, and to have this all done, because it's our connection with our land, right onto the coastline, onto the sea and that.
The minute-long film will be played before most screenings and performances at the Northern Festival Centre.
We use our facilities to I guess, inform our patrons about the country that they're living on.
Rachel Nell, Southern Cross News.
The South Australian Government has announced funding for a new program which will use the power of football to drive change in Indigenous school students. The Clontarf program is set to make its first presence in South Australia, with 3 academies to be established in regional areas.
Most South Australian kids have an undying love for footy, and a new program wants to extend that passion to a love of learning.
It's just a re-engagement program for Aboriginal boys into schools.
The Clontarf program has been successful in changing Indigenous high school boys through football programs across the country, giving them opportunities to succeed on the pitch, but only if they put in their best effort in the classroom.
So it's a very, very healthy, natural incentive that allows people to learn about focus, commitment, discipline, concentration.
A $2.75 million investment from the new state government means pilot academies are now locked in for Port Lincoln High School, Port Augusta Secondary School, as well as a Whyalla Academy. Coordinators are confident these regional areas will see the same benefits the program has delivered across Australia.
We've seen colossal change in the numbers of boys at school, the level of attendance, the retention from the first year of high to the last.
Garth Burley, Southern Cross News.
Port Pirie is celebrating a very special event 100 years ago today. In 1918, more than 2,000 locals came together to build a town playground in just a single day.
A 10-acre space, 2,000 to 2,500 people to complete all of those things, get things in place by the end of the day is just a massive undertaking.
Council now has plans to immortalise the playground's rich history by building a sculpture where the playground used to be located before it was closed down due to safety reasons. Still to come tonight, the nation's toughest trail runners prepare to conquer Mount Remarkable to find out who will be this year's King of the Mount. Whyalla's business community is looking to India as a new market for exports. Council and the local Chamber of Commerce have hosted the Indian Consul General today as both parties look at new opportunities.
India is the world's 6th largest economy, and with a population of over 1 billion and growing, India is now looking to Australia for new partnerships, and the city of Whyalla is in its sights. India's Consul General has made a visit to the city to start the conversation.
Introduce India to both the business and community and the local leadership, and to tell them that we are ready for business.
Whyalla's backbone based on steel and iron ore makes it very attractive to countries like India. The city also has a strong Indian community, including the owner of the local steelworks. But the Consul General says there's also other opportunities for the whole EP.
Many agricultural products do go from South Australia. Some of the resources, some of the commodities also go from here.
Both council and the local business community are excited about the possibilities.
Anyone that wants to come and live and be in Whyalla, and there's opportunities here.
Very true focus on Whyalla and the opportunities that we may be able to provide to the outside world.
John Hunt, Southern Cross News.
The Port Augusta Senior Citizen Centre is celebrating a number of new developments to its building thanks to a $50,000 grant from the state government. The centre now has new carpet and air conditioning to keep up with the demand for its use.
There's 8 different groups that actually use the building throughout the week, so it's pretty well utilised.
And the local mayor also took some time today to tour the new facility and take in a bingo game or two while he was there. Well, once upon a time, there was an enchanting drag queen who became the surprise hit of the Broken Hill Festival. Broken Hill's Library has confirmed it will stage the first ever Drag Queen Story Hour, which will be a new addition to the festival's Sunday schedule. The 1 hour session for children will have dancing, dressing up and even a bit of crafting. The Broken Hill Festival kicks off on Friday, the 7th of September. Organisers of Broken Hill's Silver City Cup are not letting drought conditions affect planning for another great event. They're trying to entice more trainers from outside of the region to make the trip.
The Silver City Cup has always been known as the more family-friendly race day compared to St Pat's, but there are concerns about trainers making the journey to Broken Hill this year as the region swelters through terrible drought.
People have been short on finances and money and also horses and livestock.
However, Mr Gallagher says his recent chats with local and faraway trainers have been promising. Last year, several race meetings were held on the same day as the Silver City Cup. This year, there's only a few.
Well, we've spoken to quite a few of the trainers, like a lot of our local trainers are keen to come. I know we'll get the people from Mildura, we'll get the people from Swan Hill. Cindy's very happy to come again from Mildura, so look, we'll get a good feel this year.
The Cup's annual poster features the talents of local artist John Dynan, and with the amount of wild emus invading Broken Hill right now, it'd be no surprise to see a few through the gates on October 27.
What we're trying to do is always make it a family affair, as well as great racing.
Patrick Reinke, Southern Cross News.
Some of the nation's toughest trail runners are loading up on the carbs tonight as they prepare to conquer the extremities of Mount Remarkable. It's all part of the quest to be crowned the King of the Mount.
This weekend, nearly 100 hardcore adventurers will seek the glory of reaching the top of the mountain. It's a gruelling 40-kilometre course, definitely not for the weekend fun runner.
We'll run from the Spencer Gulf through Mambray Creek, across the National Park, over Mount Remarkable and down into Melrose.
Competitors will be challenged by many hidden trails across some rough and rocky terrain.
You'll be running on a variety of trails, including a fire trail, single trail.
And for those who maybe don't have the stamina, there's a shorter, family-friendly challenge.
There's a 14-kilometre loop from Melrose over the summit of Mount Remarkable and back down into the township.
Each king, queen, prince and princess of the Mount will be rewarded for finishing the tough challenge.
The quickest man, woman and boy and girl will all receive a special award.
Organisers are hoping for a big crowd of spectators at the finish line to cheer everyone on those last few hard steps.
The finish line will have a bit of a festive atmosphere with a nice log fire and a lot of people hanging around.
Rachel Nell, Southern Cross News.
Stay with us after the break, our usual Friday night catch-up with our footy tipsters.
And a few weekend showers are on the way. I'll have all the details up soon.
Welcome back. Well, it is finals time for footy, and let's see who our tipsters are backing, starting with a big game in Port Augusta.
Hello and welcome to the first week of finals action in SGL football. We start with South taking on Solly in the qualifying final on Saturday at Port Augusta's Central Oval. South are undefeated this season and it will take a huge effort from the Cats for that to change. I'm tipping South to win and book a grand final spot. On Sunday in Pirie, it's Port and the Lions in the elimination final. These sides have met 3 times this season and it's the Lions that hold the upper hand with 2 wins. This game should be a beauty. I'm tipping the Lions to win.
It's show weekend here in Whyalla football, and first up at Bennett Oval on Saturday, it's Rapina versus South Whyalla. Roos have now beaten equal top team North twice this year. They did that last weekend, but I still think the Demons will beat the Roos on Saturday. The other game on Saturday at Memorial Oval, it's Central Whyalla versus Roona Bay. Again, Centrals could cause an upset, but with the Bays playing finals, they should be too good. And finally on Sunday, the match of the round, West Whyalla versus North Whyalla. North have yet to lose to West this year. They've beaten them twice and had a draw, so this time it should be the Magpies' favourite.
Welcome to Port Lincoln Footy Tips. We kick things off with Lincoln South taking on Boston's. Now this game has been changed from Centenary Oval to Poole Oval. Boston's are still looking for their first win of the season. I don't think they're going to get it this week. I think Lincoln South have a bit of pride on the line and they're going to win this one by 4 goals. The next game and match of the round, we got Tasman's hosting Waybacks at Ravendale Oval. Tasman's have the edge on Waybacks all year and I think they're going to win this one. In the last game, we got Marble Range hosting Mallee Park out at Wongaree. The last time these two teams met, Mallee Park got the win, which is actually the last time Marble Range lost. I don't think Marble Range want to lose another game to them, so I'm tipping Marble Range to win this one, but in a close game.
Broken Hill football this week sees round 15 and end of the season. Central's taking on North at the Memorial Oval will be up and about. They'll want to get one over North, but I think it'll be North easy in that game by 20 to 30 points. Second game sees West take on South here at the Jube. South haven't lost a game all year. Westies will want to finish on a high, although I don't think it'll happen. The Southerners will be up and about and want to keep the winning streak going. It'll be easy for them. It'll be 80 to 100 points here at the Jube.
And if the round ball is more your kind of thing, here is Sean Sheedy with round 17 of Whyalla Soccer.
Welcome to Whyalla Soccer, round 17. On Saturday we have Westlands taking on Wanderers. Westlands were very good in being Adam Spence winners last week against Lions. My tip there will be Westlands. On Sunday we have Steel taking on Lions at McGill Park. Very tough game. I'm going to sit on the fence there. I'll tip the draw. Croatia have got the bye.
Thanks for that, Sean. Let's see if you're going to need a brolly for the sidelines this weekend. Here's Amy with your local outlook.
Thanks, Ali. A mostly sunny day around the region today as temperatures climbed into the 20s in some parts. 22 for Port Augusta and Port Pirie, 20, while temperatures in Broken Hill sat just below. Before we move on to the satellite, a big thank you to Red Doherty, who captured these beautiful colours of the sunrise in Port Germain. If you'd like to share your weather shot with us, you can email it through to localnews@sca.com.au. To the satellite now, and some showers over the southeast of the state, while a ridge of high pressure is keeping skies clear further north. If you're spending time on the waters this weekend, southwesterly winds will pick up to 30 knots, while seas reach 2 metres. The early starters can catch sunrise at 6:57, while it will set at 5:50. The chance of showers to kick off the weekend in Port Lincoln, Clare and Kadina. A fine day for Whyalla and Port Augusta, reaching 17 degrees. A fine start to next week in Port Lincoln as temperatures rise to 19 by Tuesday. Similar conditions expected for Cleve and Woodner, with a maximum of 21 degrees there. A run of lovely days coming up for Whyalla, 17 on Monday, before a slightly warmer 21 degrees. Port Augusta will also see some sunny weather, and Kadina will be a little cooler, however it should remain fine. Any showers around Port Pirie should clear by Sunday, with Tuesday reaching a high of 19. Despite the sun, cooler temperatures in Clare before 15 degrees early next week. And Broken Hill will warm up to 18 by Tuesday. So with showers clearing, it's looking like we'll have fine weather as we head back to work.
Thank you so much, Amy. And that is your local news for this Friday night. I'll see you again on Monday night. And we'll leave you now with some of the preparations for this weekend's big Whyalla show. Enjoy your weekend.